Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for July 19th, 2024. Really solid new arrival video. A couple of pre-orders to tell you guys about, but not a ton. Although we're putting a ton of pre-orders on the website for pre-order now. That's something we changed about a month ago, 2 months ago. We've got a dedicated employee now that just does that in the store. So we've kind of, that's been nice for me, but it's also been nice if you're into pre-ordering stuff. But let me tell you guys about some of the solid pre-orders this week. The first are Blue Note Tone Poets. They've announced the next two. We've got Jackie McLean's Lit Freedom Ring. That comes out September 6th. And the Modest Jazz Trio. That is Good Friday Blues. That comes out September 6th as well. This next one is interesting. So this is... We've got Chet Baker in Paris, Volume 1, 2, and 3. Chet Baker in Paris, the same titles that came out on Sam Records. It looks like Universal is doing these. I'll have to look at it, but it looks, I think it was Universal was the label that's doing these. And in the hype, they specify that these are done from analog tape. I don't know if they were mastered from the analog tape or cut from the analog tape. There's a difference. But those are coming out August 30th. I'm hoping to get some more details on those. Interesting titles. I don't know if they're going to be on par with what Sam has done with those titles. I would imagine not, but they are cheaper. We've got a new Katy Perry album, 12143 on September 20th. Anybody cares about Katy Perry records? I mean, I'm guessing some of you do. I don't want to insult you. It's not my thing. But it might be yours. Pat Metheny, we've got Bright Size Life. This is part of the Luminescence, the EMC audiophile series that they've done. This is one of their latest Luminescence titles. That comes out August 9th. The Wiz. Yes, the soundtrack to The Wiz. The soundtrack that... let's see, I said something on this before, and I think I got derided in the comments. It wasn't pleasant, but in my opinion, Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona, just my personal opinion, not the best soundtrack. The most talented, some of the most talented musicians ever assembled for a soundtrack, and not that good. But if you find it fantastic and you would like to own a copy, it's up for pre-order for... coming out August 30th. It says, I feel like this, judging by the blurb, I kind of feel like this might be using the same mastering maybe as Vinyl Me Please. Because I feel like they kind of, through innuendo or sourcing master tape, you know, the whole thing without coming out and actually telling us what the hell it is. Phil Collins, Both Sides, 5 LP box set, half-speed master, but this next one is kind of cool. They're doing Bruckner, the complete 9 symphonies. That is 17 LPs. So this is a 17 LP box set. The Deutsche Grammophon original source series. Been really well reviewed, all analog. But in typical old school classical record style, we're getting a big, massive box set of symphonies. I think it's kind of cool. You don't see this very often anymore. 50s and 60s, even the 70s, this was a big thing. Finding these big classical record box sets, I mean, my bargain bin is loaded with all the undesirable ones, but it was very common. It's not very common in 2024, but this is kind of nice that they're doing this. 17 LPs. Not cheap. I think it's $500. It's a hefty box set. Okay. Ease on Down the Road's okay. Right? Is that one tune, Ease on Down the Road? That's not bad. Yeah. Okay. Exciting here. There's some cool stuff to tell you guys about today. Van Halen SACDs. Finally, after much delay, I got Van Halen 1 and Van Halen 2 simultaneously on SACD. We got a new employee here that's working. That's a big K-pop fan. So we keep ending up with K-pop stuff. We're going to attempt to carry these K-pop CDs because I'm being told that these are where it's at. This is the happening stuff. This is Boom Boom Chicka Chicka Boom, the Stray Kids. This is the ATE version. What the hell's going on here? This is the same thing, but the boom version. I don't know. And this is the Chicka Chicka version. Yeah. Taking a page out of, Taylor Swift's book. Although this first one looks quite a bit cooler because it's metallic. They're all the same price. Okay, we got a couple of box sets. We've got Dio, the complete Donington collection. 1983 2LP set, 1987 2LP set, and a picture disc. Side D of 83 and 87 include an etching, so it's 3 sides essentially. And a nice box set from BMG. Reasonably priced, $100. Mr. Bungle, 6LP limited edition, their first 3 legendary records. Yeah, Disco Volante, California, and Mr. Bungle, the self-titled. Features 2 alternate takes. Let's see. Mastered by Scott Hall. 4LP from the original mix recordings. Some for the first time. Cool box set, foil. 3 LPs. Yeah. Okay. Check this out. Ah, yes, this is the Cars from my top 100 imprint analog records you should own list. This is the Cars Candio. Finally in stock. Not only is it cool getting this in, but like the record whisperer that apparently I am, because I think I've called these one after another, this is different than the Rhino Hi-Fi exclusive in the sense that this is a limited edition. This is not the numbered edition. So it has a unique barcode like I mentioned to you guys last week. And like I deduced, this is in addition to the limited of 5,000 that you can get directly from them. But what is nice about this is it is limited edition. Limited edition in the sense that, I don't know, maybe just limited to how many they can sell. But what's fantastic news about both of these titles, we've got the all-analog cut by Kevin Gray Cars Candio, awesome, and the all-analog cut by Kevin Gray Grateful Dead American Beauty. What's nice about both of these are separate from the 5,000 copies numbered limited edition. What does that mean? More than likely, I would bet dollars to donuts, we are going to see a Cars self-titled, limited edition, non-numbered copy. We will see a Television, non-numbered, limited edition, non-numbered. And we will see a Black Sabbath, non-numbered, limited edition. And that's fantastic news because since the beginning of this announcement, I love everything about these records except for the fact that you could only get them directly from Rhino. They were limited to 5,000, and Rhino doesn't know how to ship records. Well, I mean, they ship them, but they don't know how to ship them to you in one square piece. You know, when you get it, it's a little pushed in this way, and a little seam split that way, and a little twisted this way. You know what I mean. That's been my experience anyways, and maybe some of you guys as well. But this is fantastic news. If you want the slightly less square numbered version of a title, you can get it from Rhino, the collectible. But if you want just a high quality version that sounds, looks, and everything is identical, and it comes in a perfect square, you can just go to your local independent record store and get it. I mean, preferably the in-group, but anywhere. This is fantastic news. This is awesome. If that's the case, which I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. We're going to be getting these beautiful high-fidelity records just one after the other. It's fantastic news. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to have just beautiful 33 reasonably priced records in the store ready to go. It's funny, I had a customer that came in. He just left a few minutes before filming this. He's like, what the hell's wrong with this picture? He bought a Shania Twain's Greatest Hits for like $40. Cheap, flimsy jacket. you know, just a run-of-the-mill crummy pressing, but that's what the price is. And he was holding the two up, and he's like, what the hell's the problem here? He goes like, how in the world did they like figure this was worth the same price as this? And I said, maybe I shouldn't even be mentioning this, because who knows, maybe this will be a $50 record in a couple months. Either way, what you're getting for what you're getting it for, these are absolutely fantastic. So these are the two new ones, Candio, Grateful Dead, and I got a restock of Tutu. Now this is the numbered version. My thinking on this is it wasn't nearly popular enough title for them to have to go into the non-numbered version. Maybe that'll happen in the future if it sells out, but as of now, you're getting the numbered of these two. Okay, the Doobie Brothers, taking it to the streets. This is the Summer, Sounds of Summer series. Now, I was online on a forum where a Rhino executive, Rhino employee, actually came out ahead of time a couple of weeks ago and said this is all analog, cut from tape by Chris Bellman. I have not had a chance to open this up and test that out. He also said this was also all analog, cut from tape, maybe by Chris Bellman. I think this was a breakout from the Record Store Day box set. Haven't been able to independently verify that as of yet, but what he did say was this, War's Greatest Hits, was the all analog cut by Kevin Gray from the tape on his all tube system. Originally came out for Record Store Day. And the first thing I did was I cracked this open and he was accurate. So I'm assuming he's accurate about these other two titles. Let me tell you about this. This is amazing. This is $24.99. It's all analog, cut from tape by Kevin Gray. But what's even cooler about this, and he's come out and talked about this in an interview, this was actually done unbeknownst to everybody on his all-tube system. While he was developing it for Coherent, the Kirsten Atkins and Anthony Wilson record, he had it all set up, got the order in to do this particular one and said, you know what, it's all set up. Let's just make sure everything's working. We're going to do this War's Greatest Hit on the tube system. He's since come out and said nobody else will be getting that treatment. It'll only be his stuff for his label. But there is the War Greatest Hits. That is out there. It is awesome. It is 33. And yeah, it is readily available. Don't sleep on this. You're not going to get very many opportunities to get awesome sounding, all analog records in 2024 for $25. Brand new ones anyway. Obviously, there's plenty of vintage stuff, but that sounds awesome. Also part of the Sounds of Summer series, we've got the Rod Stewart album from 1977, Footloose and Fancy Free. I don't know the sourcing on this. I would actually love to know what the sourcing is on this. I looked online and I don't think this has ever been reissued, and I can see why. It's probably been a dollar record for 25 years. But finding a clean copy of this at this point in time is not that easy because, you know, I guess in the late 70s, hot legs, people were, you know, they were getting down, partying, listening to their Rod Stewart records, and quite a few of them didn't make it. You know what I mean? Sonny and Cher, Now Playing. This is part of the Now Playing series, which essentially is Sonny and Cher's greatest hits. Baby, what is this? I Got You, Babe, and The Beat Goes On, and some other stuff. All the summer sounds of summer are on that blue seafoam vinyl. Also, look how far we got before I mentioned jazz. Note this, fellas. This is for all you people complaining that I just showed nothing but jazz. Look at all these beautiful analog records I've shown. Not one of them being jazz, but now it's time to show some jazz. We've got the magnificent Thad Jones, part of the Blue Note 1500 series, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. One of my favorite series, the Blue Note Classic and the Blue Note Tone Poets series. Cliff Jordan's Cliffcraft, also all analog, cut from tape by Kevin Gray. Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero. What's the sourcing on this? Maybe this is analog. I don't know. Rhino seems to be putting out a lot of like under the radar analog stuff. I don't really know what their thinking is on that. Why not just include that on the hype sticker? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just only want to sell a certain amount of records. Maybe they feel if they put the sourcing on the hype sticker, it might just lead to them selling an additional amount of records, and maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they just kind of feel that X amount of money is enough money and they don't need the extra money. I don't know what the hell the theory is on that, but okay. Okay, this is really long overdue. I'm to the point now where I probably see a clean copy of Rio every like year. It's really bad. This is the new reissue of Rio with that kind of textured linen type cover. But they not only did Rio, they did Notorious, 7 in the Ragged Tiger, see this quite a bit more, and Big Thing. And they're self-titled. Love this record. Actually, I think this might even be my favorite record, just because it's got Girls on Film and Planet Earth. Probably 2 of my favorite Duran tracks. Newly cut for vinyl at Abbey Road Studios. Pro tip, if you want to hear a killer version of Planet Earth, go listen to William Shatner's cover of it. Fantastic. Highly recommend it. It is on the Seeking Major Tom box set. I have it here in the shop. Pussifer, D is for Dubby. Limited vinyl variant. This is the gold vinyl variant. Slayer, The Repentless Killology, live at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Griff, Vertigo. It's kind of cool. I like the concept here with the spiral. The song title is also spiral. In Flames, Siren Charms. This is the 10th anniversary vinyl variant on green vinyl. Tate McRae, The One Day. Al Stewart, now playing. Sea foam green blue vinyl. What do they call it? Sea blue vinyl. Kind of like a little greenish though. Another Slayer, Repentless, on orange and yellow black splatter vinyl. This is a new album from Deep Purple. This is Equals One is the name of this album, on crystal clear vinyl. 2 LP cut at 45 RPM. In Flames, Lunar Strain. George Benson. Dreams Do Come True with George Benson. George Benson meets Robert Farnon. He's got a beautiful solid gold blue Submariner on there. I read about this when it came out. I want to say, from memory, don't quote me on it, I think this was a shelved album. Oh wait, never mind. A timeless collaboration from 1989. Shelved album. Resurrected for your listening pleasure. Sleep Token. Take Me Back to Eden. Another now playing, we've got Utopia. Sounds of Summer on Sea Blue vinyl. It's kind of bizarre, but I like this series. They're all the greatest hits. They're all 1999. They've done like 40 of them at this point, but they're all called Now Playing. So if you want to see what's out, you could just go on the website and search Now Playing. Here's another one. Daryl Hall and John Oates. Now this one is kind of interesting because this is, although they call this Now Playing, which I've told you is kind of a greatest hits, this is just the early Atlantic stuff. So not really a greatest hits here because it's got She's Gone and that's about it. It's mostly stuff from Abandoned Luncheonette. I feel like you should probably just get Abandoned Luncheonette. Typo Negative's Bloody Kisses. This is the Suspended in Dusk 30th Anniversary Edition. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Now, see, every time I see one of these Rhino titles, I'm going to be like, what's the sourcing on this? Who did this? Hosier's Wasteland Baby, standard vinyl. 5 bonus tracks. Elliott Smith's New Moon. This is the indie exclusive metallic silver vinyl edition of 1000. Twisters, the album. 29 track album featuring brand new songs from, okay, so this is Charlie Crockett doing Ghost Rider in the Sky. We've got Weldon Irvine's on Nudlow. Young, Gifted, and Broke. Kind of maybe a play on Aretha's Young, Gifted, and Black. Not a lot of money in jazz, though, compared to, for instance, pop or R&B. Ace Frehley, Frehley's Comet. I mean, unless you were like Miles Davis, but most of those guys never made that much money. AFI's Black Sails in the Sunset. This is the 25th anniversary edition on neon orange vinyl. This is Marsha Ambrosius, Casablanco. Dr. Dre Present on gold vinyl. On gold vinyl. There's 2 separate SKUs, but they both have a hype sticker that says they're on gold vinyl. Oh no, wait a minute. This one's signed. Okay. I would imagine take the autographed version. Louis Fonzi, El Vaja. Universal Music Latino. We've got the Rolling Stones #2. This is the mono. Breakout from the mono box set. They're doing them all individually. Elvis Records. Sun Records, this is funny. Sun Records sings Elvis Presley. So this is essentially Sun Records artists doing Elvis Presley songs. But it's kind of funny because it's really Elvis doing other people's songs. So they're kind of making it like, oh, you can hear Carl Perkins cover Blue Suede Shoes on this record. But no, Elvis covered Carl Perkins. But yeah. Pretty cool comp. Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison, Carl Perkins, Sleepy LaBeef, Orion, and Little Junior Parker doing Mystery Train. We've got I Love You So Effing Much by the Glass Animals, or by Glass Animals. This is, I got 2 versions of it. What's the difference? What is the difference? It does not say. There is a difference. They both have different barcodes. But the hype sticker is exactly the same. Everything's exactly the same. Go on the website. I'm sure I've got it listed. The 15th anniversary of A Day to Remember's Homesick. Nice foil cover. Done by Kraft. Wyatt Flores, Half-Life. Settee. The Piano Works on Decca. Lava LaRue, Starface. Jimmy Buffett's Banana Wind. Jimmy Buffett's got a big catalog repress going on right now. We've got Havana Daydream, newly remastered, back on vinyl for the first time in decades. We used to have a Margaritaville on the west side. They had the best shrimp appetizer. It was like a Cajun spice, Cajun rub on them. I miss those shrimp. White sport coat and a pink crustacean. Get it? The white sport coat and a pink carnation, huh? Marty Robbins. This is Gum, 3 times. And this is how we do it. Okay, Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It. I don't think I've actually heard this since, when the hell did this come out? I don't think I've heard this since the 1990s. I don't know if that's a bad thing per se. I don't know, maybe it's been 30 years. Damn, I'm old. It's been 30 years. I don't know, maybe it's time to spin it back up. Might be good. What the hell is on the rest of this album? I don't think I've ever heard any song on this album except for that. Has anybody heard anything on this album except for that? I'm guessing somebody bought the CD back in the day and listened to it. But anyways, all of this stuff is available online at our website at theingroove.com. Until next time.